So before I roll into this story time, while I was doing the story time, I didn't know that I had powder on my shirt. When my daughter came home, I showed her the video that I was about to upload, and she's like, "Mom, you got powder on your shirt." So as y'all see, the powder is gone. My daughter hooked me up. Y'all do know that I am blind. I don't want people to be going around saying I'm dirty, because you know the internet is crazy. So let's get into this video. Hey YouTube, before I get into this story time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So he was cheating on me while I was going blind. You heard it right. He was cheating on me while I was going blind. Baby, when I tell you these niggas ain't ish, baby, they not ish. You hear me? Ha! So, let me run this back. Me and dude had been dating for almost 10 years. Yes, 10 years. We had known each other way prior before we started dating. So let me run it real back for you. He been chasing me since he was like 17, 18. And I'm older than him. So I was dragging him on saying, "Oh, I ain't got time for this little boy." Because little boys play little boy games, right? I wish I would have stuck to the script and left him alone. So we started dating. I finally gave him the chance, of course, once he reached 18. Actually, he was like almost 30 at the time. And so, of course, he put his big man boxes on, and he was doing what he needed to do at the time to get my attention and to get me, right? So we dated for a long time, and I can say he was a good man at the time. But let me tell you how things change when you get a diagnosis. But before I start that, I want to say he was good to me, and I was good to him as well. It was a 50-50 type of a relationship. It wasn't he do everything or I do everything. We met in common grounds, and we did for each other, because I feel like that's how it should be. Now, if I'm with an alpha male and that male wants to be, in control as for doing everything for his significant other, then that's cool with me. But I'm one of those females that do believe in 50-50. So I would go above and beyond for dude. I mean, he was a hard-working man. I would give him his props. He was a hard-working man. And I would run his bath water. I would cook for him. I would iron his clothes. I would give him rub downs because he was a good man. But this is when you have to realize who you're really dealing with. So when I found out I was going blind, we were dating, right? He was there with me. Matter of fact, I had got into this fight. I used to be an exotic dancer. I had got into a fight before me and him started talking at the strip club with a chick. That's a whole nother story. Y'all know how chicks be hating and all that in the clubs. There be a lot of competition going on. So I had got my eyes checked prior to, because I never told a story time on it, but prior to me finding out I was going blind. And they said they didn't see nothing. So anyway, when I did go to the eye doctor and find out I was going blind, he was with me for that initial visit, this is when the change started. Because I was told that I couldn't drive anymore. How did I get here? I didn't need to be driving and all of that. So I lost some of my independence. Like, I'm just finding out now as for like transportation that I could take, as for like the disability bus and stuff like that. So now, you know, I'm good. But at that time when I was with him, all this was just sprung up on me. So I'm like, had a million thoughts running in my head. I didn't know what to think. They were saying, at first when I got my first initial thing, they were saying it was floaters. I wasn't going blind. Then when I went back, that's when they were saying I was going blind. Like, I never really just got into depth on social media about the story, about me finding out I was going blind. I've always just broke it down in bits and pieces. So this is when you find out if that man that you've been with for a long time, that say that they love you, if they go ride it out with you. Now, during this time, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get around, because he work all the time. And I'm going through it within my head, because I'm like, am I gonna lose all my sight? They gave me my diagnosis. They told me what I had. So I'm doing research. It really wasn't no research about retinitis pigmentosa at that time. So I'm dealing with all this. In the midst of him, he started cheating. He started talking to females where he worked at. Now all of a sudden, the lunches that I pack ain't good enough. Or he'll be like, you forgot my fork and spoon up in my lunch, and want to have a debate about it. So remind you, I'm going through all this in my head about me losing my sight. So I said, F it. You fix your own lunch. And one thing about me, my hearing has always been immaculate. So I heard somebody in the background. I say, matter of fact, tell that B-I-T-C, fix your lunch. Because I won't be fixing it no more. Because first of all, I'm doing that because I want to do it. I'm not doing it because I have to do it. So I nipped that in the bud. I never fixed no more lunches after that. Then I would notice when he would get home from work, he would go outside and talk on the phone. I never said nothing about it because I didn't want to be the nagging girlfriend. You feel me? Then I started realizing he wasn't calling me no more during his lunch break. It was all these little things. So we broke up. And when we broke up, he went back to his apartment and I stayed at my house. I started noticing a whole bunch of things. And so one day when he was over here, because we broke up, but we were still, you know, I went through his phone. Seen a whole bunch of text messages. I didn't say nothing. So when he left my house, now remind you, I'm going blind during all this time. I had just got my official diagnosis. I was already legally blind, and I didn't even know it. So he left. When he left, I checked his location because I had his location on his phone. I didn't even let him know that I had seen those messages in his phone. Now remind you, before I became blind, legally blind, or I found out about anything, I always had my own transportation, worked, went everywhere I had to go on my own because, you know, I could do that at the time. So I checked his location. He lived out here where I lived at, but he wasn't out here. He was in Beaumont. I'm saying to myself, what the F he doing in Beaumont? So I called him. It's nighttime by this time. I called him. Hey, Bookie, where you at? You know what I'm saying? I'm just calling to check on you. He tell me, oh, I'm at home. Radars went up. You at home? I just heard you was in Beaumont at a BITC H house. No, I'm at home. I say, Ninja, stop lying. I got the address and I'm about to pull up. Then he starts stuttering. I hear the HO in the background. I say, yeah, you tell her now. I'm on my way and I'm about to burn it the F down. Baby, I got in my car. So I try to track the location so I could get there. Now, remind you, I don't really know nothing about my eye condition at this time. It's dark outside. Baby, I'm trying to get there. I have night blindness. I didn't even know what night blindness was at the time. So I'm trying to get there. I'm crying, y'all, because I couldn't see to get there. And I you know, when your adrenaline is rushing, it intensifies things. So it made it even worse. Like my anxieties was up. I like this nigga. He got me, baby, and I'm mad. I mean, when I'm in the car, I'm going off by myself, talking to myself, y'all, losing my mind. I'm crying because I can't get there, because I couldn't see. I had to get off the highway because I had made it to the highway. I turned around. I'm crying because I'm like, Lord, how am I going to make it home? How did I make it this far? I don't even know. I'm crying. I'm going maybe 2 miles an hour, y'all, because I couldn't see. I'm straining to see. So I finally make it home. I'm crying. I say, you sorry ass, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm going through, and you want to play with me, you trick. I said, because I called him, and I'm telling him all this. I say, I tried to get there. I say, because I was going to burn that house down. I say, women and kids and everything. I say, you know not to play with me, but she was to find out. Y'all was so mad because I couldn't get there. So, you know, after you calm down and you think, I was like, you know what? The good Lord knows when to do things. Because if I could see to get over there, I would be in jail right now. I would have a couple of cases on me pending. So what I did is I did the right thing. I left him alone. Was it hard? Yes. Because we had dated for so long. We had knew each other for so long. So it was hard. And to women that mess with men that's in long relationships like that, I feel like you gonna get yours at the end. Yes, she don't owe me no respect. He did because he was with me. But I feel like payback and karma, it will come back. But let me tell you guys this. The way I reflect on it now, I wouldn't be as independent as a blind woman as I am now if he was still here. Because like I said, when he was good, he was good. He would do everything. He wouldn't allow me to do anything. So if I wasn't put in a situation by myself now to be able to do everything on my own, I wouldn't know how to maneuver how I do now. I wouldn't be as self-sufficient as I am now. So I kind of like am glad to, but then I be, pissed off. Because I'm like, why would you leave me why would you cheat on me when I needed you the most? So I question it a lot. Everything is in God's plan and everything happened for a reason. But it still don't stop me at that time from being teed off, if you get what I'm saying. To be in a relationship, a long relationship with somebody that you thought that you would marry someday, and for them to cheat on you, period, but cheat on you while you're going blind is a low blow. So let me know how y'all feel about this. And this is just a little rundown of it. But it took me a long time before I got over that, because I feel like, who can you really trust? You can't really trust nobody. And most importantly, you never really know somebody. Because I never thought he would have did me like that. But this is my quick little story time. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to comment how y'all feel about the story time in the comment section. I love you.